Hi everyone. This is Sandana Krishnan from System Commands. Welcome to the first live session. First of all, my audio is clear. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you're audible.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, we will wait for some more minutes for others to join. Okay, we'll start after 2 minutes. Yeah, hello again. We'll start the session now. Okay. Have everyone installed Ubuntu in VM or able to use the WSL in any way to access the Linux terminal? Does everyone does?
Hello. Hello. Am I audible?
Okay. Does anyone have any issues with installing Ubuntu and having anything with doing with the terminal? Because we'll be doing only this help only on the first week. After that, there won't be any help on from our side for installing the Ubuntu.
Hello, sir.
So, okay, Swati Bansal, you are talking. Okay, I think I am having some issue with listening to you.
Am I audible now? Hello.
Okay, I think it's better.
Yeah. So in my laptop, WSL is not opening.
WSL is not opening for you.
Yeah.
Okay. What Windows you are using? I mean, are you using Windows 10?
Yes.
Okay. Have you followed the steps?
Yes, I followed the step. Just I messages. When sir has sent me just a minute.
So, have you downloaded the Ubuntu from the Microsoft Store?
Yes, I install it.
Okay.
And when I've done till when sir is just installing opening window PowerShell, I have done till then.
Okay. You can try the same as it is. Also, you have to enable one called the Windows subsystem for Linux. When you go to the start menu, you have to search for features, turn on features. So that is called one thing called Windows subsystem for Linux. You have to turn on that. After that, if you install Ubuntu from Microsoft Store, right? You simply install it. After that, you don't need to open the PowerShell. Even if you open the PowerShell, if you type WSL and enter, it will go to the Ubuntu.
Yes, it's showing in the start menu. It's showing WSL, but it's not opening.
Can you share the screen?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I have enabled the sharing permission. Yeah.
I've sure.
Okay.
Is my start button showing?
No. I think I was able to see only the Windows. Yeah, only the Google Chrome or which the browser you are using. Yeah, Firefox. Yeah. You can minimize all other application and you can share the full screen. Okay. When you open a WSL, what does it say? Oh.
It's showing now start button. Hello? Start button is shown to you?
Yes, Swati.
Yes, I click on WSL. Thing is open yet.
Okay, it is not at all open. Okay, no issues. Can you go to the PowerShell?
This one.
Yeah. Let's go to that. Just type WSL.
WSL.
WSL. Give enter.
Yeah, done.
Okay. You haven't enabled the Windows subsystem for Linux, I think. Just click on the start menu. Just type turn on features.
Turn on picture.
Yes. Turn Windows features on or yes.
Okay, next.
Just search for there is a Windows subsystem for Linux. You have to enable it.
Yeah,
Okay.
this one.
It's already enabled. Okay. No. Don't disable it. Keep it enabled. Okay. Go to the Microsoft Store.
Oh, in the start button.
Yes. Here you can search for Ubuntu. Yeah, you can go to.
Next, I need to
Just
download.
yeah. Okay, it will take some time. After installation, I mean, before the ending of live session, you are able to install it. Okay.
Yes.
you can start sharing your screen and just try it out. After that, go to WSL. It will come to Ubuntu first time. I think the first time you are asked for password and username.
Username and password.
Yes, you have to give that, and the password is not visible. Just not like in Windows we have a dots, right? In Linux
Yes.
you cannot see that. I mean, it's simply blank. So you have to type the password and you can get your account. Okay. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'll stop sharing.
Yeah, you can stop sharing.
Yeah, I've done it. I've stopped sharing.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Debashish.
Yeah, sir. Actually, I have been using Linux for last 3 months.
Okay.
My complete system is Linux, but I guess there are some problem with my Linux OS, or maybe there is some problem. So, can you resolve? Means it is working fine for general use, but sometimes like it is not working. That sometimes the driver problem is there or Bluetooth problem is there. So, is it can be resolved? My
Yeah, that can be resolved, but what is the distribution you are using?
Mine is Ubuntu LTS.
Okay. If you are using Ubuntu, most probably if you go to Ask Ubuntu, there is a forum called Ask Ubuntu. If you search your
Yes, I have gone through. As I've said, I have been using for 3 months.
Okay.
So I have searched for anything and I have tried everything, but it is not working properly or anything. So that is a problem. So, but it working fine. Everything is working fine, but sometimes it's up. Not sometimes the Bluetooth. Actually, previously I have my Windows. In that my Bluetooth was working properly, but in this Linux it is not working.
Okay. There is a command line interface. Since you know better on Ubuntu, there is a command line interface called Bluetooth CTL. Okay. So if you
Command line
try,
interface Bluetooth CPL.
yes, using that you can connect to any Bluetooth devices. Connect and disconnect the Bluetooth devices. Okay. So it is
Okay.
one on another way of approaching. Yeah. Okay. 1 minute.
Okay,
I'll
sir.
put it that in chat. Uh, don't worry about others. I mean, it is not required. I mean, it's not nowhere related to course or anything. So if you use this package, you can connect to any Bluetooth devices. Uh, that's
So I have to download it from internet this package.
yes.
Okay.
Most probably it is available on app, I think.
Snap. That's from Snap Store, no?
No. I think available on Snap or app.
Okay.
App install Bluetooth CTL mostly works.
Okay, sir.
So if someone is using Mac also, it's totally fine. I mean, to some extent, the commands are almost the same. But what one thing you can do is you can switch your shell to bash and do all these things. So it's almost the same. But some hardware related commands like that will have some difference with respect to Linux and Mac. But later you go on the course, it's almost the same. Okay. Is there any doubt you have regarding the course videos you have watched? I mean, we have in the week one we have covered only few things like date and touch and links. Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Akash.
Yeah. So I have no previous experience in system command. So
Okay.
yeah. So my questions might be a little silly. I am a bit confused that what is the actual difference between Linux, Unix, and Ubuntu?
Okay. In Linux, there is a lot of options and lot of variety. Okay, it is just like you are what you are saying is just like when we visit a store, right? There is a different types of shirts and different types of pants, right? Just like that in Linux, there is a lot of variations out there. Okay, so we'll go there and we choose what is best for us. In similar way, Unix is an operating system which is for a long time, way before the Windows came. Okay, so Linux is built exactly like Unix. I mean, the interface and commands are exactly the same, but it is not copied from Unix because Unix is a proprietary operating system. I mean, we have to pay for it. I mean, whoever the developer, right? But Linux is written. It's exactly looks like a Unix, but entirely written on Linux kernels. Okay, so it's totally free. I mean, the operating system itself is totally free. If you want to make any changes, it's totally with respect to you only. So Linux is like that. Okay, the Ubuntu is a variation of Linux.
Okay.
Whenever we say Linux, right, the thing is it uses a kernel called, which is the link between the hardware and the software we are using. We can in this stage we can say like that. Okay. So almost every system when we are using Android, right, it is using the Linux kernel.
Okay.
Okay. So Ubuntu is like it is a variation of Linux. You can say that.
Got it. Yeah, I have one more question that I mean, it's about this command. Is it necessary whenever, like, if we are calling a directory, so we just name it the, let's say if I want to know the file type, we just write file and then space and then name of that directory, right?
Yes.
So yeah, but if I want to know about something about a file, so should we also add the extension with that file name, or just
not required? Not the thing is, let's say whenever. Okay, I'll explain with a demonstration. Okay, I'll share my screen. Okay, everyone was able to see the screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's say in Windows, right, we simply, whenever we write something, we include, if it's a text file, we simply say .txt, right? But in Linux, it is not at all required.
Okay.
Okay, if I say notes, it is totally fine.
Okay, so it's equivalent.
Yeah, it is totally. The thing is, their name doesn't matter. How the file constructed is matters.
Okay.
So then that extension is just for our visualization. If it's .mp4, it is a video file. It is just for us. But internally, there is a different structure for a image file. If it's a totally different structure for a text file.
Okay. Got it.
If I give file command, right, it will give almost, it's a empty file because I used to touch command, so it doesn't have anything. So if I opened any file, like if I open the note same file and write something into it, if I give the file command, it says ASCII text because it's a text file now.
Okay.
How the file command identifies what type of file is not by the name, by the contents inside it, or how it's constructed.
Okay, yeah. Got it. Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, the Debashish.
Sir, I want to ask about like file system hierarchy, the 3.0.
Okay.
Means how it is like developed, like it's not how, means exactly how it is working. I just
Okay.
confused.
Okay, you'll be learning about the file system hierarchy in the subsequent weeks. I think it was not introduced in week 1. So you'll be seeing a lot there, but I'll give you a very brief about file system. Okay, the base.
One, sir, one question.
Yeah.
Like I am asking. like in the video itself, like Professor said, like there will be some file in the root directory,
Yeah,
like SBIN media, these bean
yeah,
etc home temp. So means as I have been using Linux, actually I haven't seen that there are many other directory other than this also in my root folder.
yeah, maybe.
So so is it means it is not always means it is user dependent, or like it can be many, means it can be many directories.
Okay. Some of them are like a basic directories. Okay, the bin, boot, all those things, right? Most of them are basic directories.
And most means other, as I have
Yeah,
means
yeah,
following the lecture.
program. Yeah, if you have the proper sudo access, right? If you have enough access, you can create a directory here. Anyone can do that.
In the root folder
In
itself.
the root folder, you can create a directory there. But it is generally we never do that. I mean, why to mess with a standard structure like that? Okay, if you see this directory, right? It is itself a link. It is not a directory actually. It is linked to another directory which is present inside the user directory, user bin. The same for the other libraries as well, library directories.
It's and what is inode, like something was there inode, I also don't get it.
Okay, okay. Inode is just like a, let's say in your assume your hard disk, right? It is like a, yeah, rectangular city, something like that. Okay, you gave address to every place, every point to it. Okay, so if you are
So it is like mesh grid type, you are saying that
yeah,
this is.
yeah, don't be in it to go, we can assume like that. Okay, but it won't be the exactly the grid, but you can say it is an infinite line also, it is also fine. I mean, yeah, straight
Infinite
line.
horizontal line,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
say
kind of not infinite, it's a straight line like that. Yeah,
straight line.
finite
Okay.
straight line. Okay, so we have like a sub address for each of the points. Okay, but that address was like it's totally different. But what I know is it maps the file which is starting from that address. Okay, file which is located on an address with the number. That's all. The
With the number means I don't get it. Means how with the number?
okay. There is a number associated with it. Okay, this number is unique for the file I have created, right? File one.
Okay.
It
So
is
this
just
number is
like
mapping to that
a,
hard disk.
yeah, assume like that. Okay, you have a phone number, phone directory, right? In like decades ago, people used to have the phone directory. There is a phone number, and next to it there is an address to it. If you remember, there is a phone in previous years, right? Now we are not using that. There is a phone number. This phone number is belong to the third person and their address most of the case. Okay, so the inode is just like that. It is referring to this file located in somewhere in my hard disk or in my pen drive or something, but it is respect to the file system.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
So like, what is the significance of this? I know, like, uh, means what do you do with that number? Like, why it is assigning the
okay,
number?
okay. Let's say I have a 10 GB file. Okay,
Okay.
I want it to be present in one directory and same in the another directory as well.
Means we want both the file in
No,
different
no, only
directory.
one file. Initially, I have
Okay,
one file. Okay, which is
one
10
file.
GB. Okay,
Okay.
I want it in the. Okay, I'll explain with that. Let's say the file one is my file one. Okay, so dir1 is a directory. It is an empty directory I just now created, and file one is a file. Let's assume it is a very big file. Okay,
Okay.
so I have another directory called dir2. Okay, so I want this file to be present in dir1 and dir2. one easy thing what I can do is I can put the file in dir1 and copy the same file in dir2 as well. Okay, so one simple. So but the thing is I want, but it takes more space, right? I mean, if it's a small file, it's fine, but if it's a very big file, I don't want to do that, right?
Yes, sir.
So in Windows, what we do, in Windows, you'll be taking the, I mean, simply copy the file and paste the shortcut of it.
Oh, yes, that's got it.
But that is not a huge file, but that is a little bit different here. There is a two links, okay? One is hard link and soft link. Soft link is exactly like a shortcut. Hard link is just like you are saying you are mentioning via inode. I'll go there. I'll first of all I'll remove this file. I'll create a file here. I want the exact file to be present on the dir2 as well. So I'm going to dir2. I am linking the file. Double dot refers to the parent directory. And the file one here, in here, file one. Okay. Now you are able to see that, right? The file line is present in the dir1. This is the directory. This is the file inside it. The left side one is the inode number.
Okay.
Okay. The thing is, now using the inode number, I am saying that this file is belong to the some data stored on that address. Assuming the case, okay, inode is your phone number, okay. Whenever you see some person, what do? You give your phone number. They call you and reach you. Okay. So just like that, irrespective of the address wherever you are in, you know only your address. Let's say you don't want to disclose your address to everyone, but instead of you are giving your phone number. So they can call using the phone number, they can reach you instead of reaching you by address.
Yes, sir. Got it. Means but yeah, the address we are not giving as addresses. Means in hard disk we know the addresses is something like hexadecimal, I guess.
Yeah,
Some
yes.
into
Yeah.
86, like
Yeah.
86.
But it's very
So
difficult to read. So it is just
yeah,
a address book, we can say. It is
yes,
this,
it is. It
but it
is
is
just
very,
mapping.
yes. But one thing we have to consider, it is very unique to the file. We cannot see the same inode for another file, which is totally different. The thing is here, it
Yeah.
is both files are same inode because it is a link. So I can create a file with a different name. That's also fine. Name doesn't matter. The thing is, okay, I'm going to the, okay, let's say I'll create another directory called dir3. Okay, I'm going to dir3. I'm linking a file with a different name. It's I'm naming as a my file. Now the name doesn't issue with a inode number. So whatever I do here, right? It's everything is pointing to the same file.
Yes, sir. Means we can means the file name can be changed, but the inode will be the same.
Yes. Using the inode as a reference, it is pointing to the some data located on the some storage. Okay.
So
Inode is
that
just a,
means,
yeah.
the file it is not copying actually. It
It is
is
not copy.
right
It is
there.
not copy.
It is right there at that location. We are just referring like a pointer.
Referring.
We are
Yeah.
saying
Yeah.
like a pointer.
Yes.
Yeah.
We can say kind of like that. You are referring to the file, but that file is located in somewhere in the hard disk that we are not aware of. So when I copy the file, its inode will change because I am creating a totally new file. The big okay. The thing is, if I go to the file one, dir1, okay, I'm opening the file one. I mean, don't worry about what how I am editing the file and all those things. I'm writing something in file 1. I'm just saying writing in file 1. Okay. There is a command to view what is inside the file, which is called cat. You'll be learning that the subsequent. Okay. It says writing in file 1. It is the text present in the file 1. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm going back to the home directory, sorry, parent directory, going to dir3. Now I'm listing, there is a file called my file. I'm simply printing what is present in the my file. You see, I never went to the my file, but it is linking to the same
Okay,
file.
okay, got it. Means whatever the changes happening in that file, file one, it
Yeah.
is also saying with that. Means okay, that address means that number means that the file is similar, means
Yes.
same.
Yeah.
Whatever we are changing, it will be reflected in everywhere.
Yes. Whatever it is
Okay.
linked to, it will be the same.
So one thing I just have to ask, in Ubuntu means in Ubuntu we can also copy and paste. And as you are saying that when we are copying a file,
Yeah.
so then that inode value will be changed because it will be a different file. Means
Yes.
okay, but when we are cutting means cut paste is also option na, in there. So whenever we are cut a file from a directory and moving to the another directory, then also that inode value will be same or it will be different.
Yeah. Why don't we see it? Okay. Okay. I am going to the empty directory. I am file 1, which is I am creating a new. Okay. The inode value was 6. This is one. Okay. 23,610. So I am moving the file. I mean, in Linux, we say move. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Move.
Okay. I'm moving to like let's say I go to I create a directory and move it to the
Yes. Yes.
move file 1 dir1. Okay. So now I go to the dir1 directory. The file is there. The inode
Yes.
is for
The
same.
same.
Yeah.
I noticed.
Yes. Also in Linux, if you want to rename a file, we use the same command mv.
MB. Yes.
File 1, I want to rename it as file 2. But still the inode was same.
Inode will be same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, while
That,
renaming,
yeah.
but the file is there present, but we are
Yeah.
just changing the name only.
Yes.
That's why the inode value will be same.
Okay. You
Right.
have noticed, sir, if you move something within the drive, it is so fast. But when you copy it, it is really takes a long time. Because when I move the file, I am not copying the file and putting into that file system. I'm going to that respective folder or something. Folder is like an address book. Okay, these are the files present there. These are folder present there. It is inode. Okay, it contains the whenever I say dir1, right? It is the directory. It contains the information about the file and the inodes, the names and inodes. So I simply taking there and putting the inode data there in another directory. That's all. So irrespective of like if I have a 100 TB file, right? If I use the move command, it will done immediately.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got it.
But the point we have to note is it should be in the same file system. Whenever I say same file system, it means it should be in the same partition or same hard disk.
Same partition, same hard disk means okay. Means if there are
Yeah,
different drive is there, then
it
it
will not
will
work.
be not happening.
Yeah, let's say I have a pen drive which I have a file in it. If I look into the inode, but that is with respect to the only the pen drive's file system only. If I refer that pen drive's file inode in my system, which I have a hard disk, it will not work.
Yes.
Okay, that is the limitation with the hard link. So for that, what we generally do is we have the soft link. Okay, you are clear with the hard link, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got it.
Okay. The same way example will go. Okay, I created 2 directories. dir1 and dir2, and I'm going to create a file in dir1, file 1, coming back there, and so within dir1 the file 1 is present there, within dir2 it is empty. So I want to create a soft link. How can I create the soft link is ln hyphen s. The s stands for soft link. Either I can use relative address. Okay, I mean relative addressing means within my location I'm saying above one level. I mean go to the parent directory, go to dir1, and another the file is here. This is the source. Here I'm creating with a name file2. Go to parent directory, list all the files. So file 1 is present here, file 2 is present here. So I want to check whether it is a link or not. So what I am doing is I'm editing the file 1 present here. This is file 1. Okay. So now I'm cat out the, I mean, what is the content present in the dir2 file 2. Okay, just like a hard link. Okay, what is the difference is?
Hello.
Yeah. Okay, the difference is if you create a soft
So
link,
here we are talking about the soft link, na?
yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, if
The
the
soft
difference
link means the shortcut key, means shortcut.
is
We are,
exactly almost, yeah, exactly like a Windows shortcut. But always
okay.
the shortcuts file size was much less because it's
Okay.
just a file which is referring to some other file, right? File or folder. So here you can see the inode was different because both are different files. The when we use hard link and when we use soft link is if you want to refer anything outside of your file system, then you have to use soft link only. Let's say you want every time you want to refer, you created a soft link for a pen drive which is located and mounted in some location, then you can create a soft link in your home directory to access the file which is present in your pen drive. That cannot be done with a hard link.
Sir, one question I have to ask.
Yeah.
Sir, here you have created two files.
Yeah.
No, you have means you have just file one. You have gone to file two, right?
Yeah.
Means you have referred. So how that inode is changing? Means why that inode is changing?
Because it is not, file 2 is a totally different file which is linking to the file 1. It is not the file, it is not the same file which have the same inode.
Means in hard disk there will be two files.
Yes, there is two files.
So one,
I mean the function of this file, I mean the soft link is if you open this file, go back, go to this file and open the target to that file.
means once time can you repeat? Means what when we are opening file two,
Yeah.
it will go to file one and open that file one.
Yes, yes. It will open the file 1 contents.
Means let's say okay, so let's say means in file 2, meaning in file 2 there will be any content will be there, then that
No,
will be also
no,
displayed.
no. There is no contents in the file 2. The purpose of file 2, that is right. Here it is a soft link. Its purpose only is to point to another file which is
Okay,
present
okay,
in
okay,
anywhere using the path.
okay,
Okay.
okay, got it. Means
Yeah.
file 2 is there whenever we are clicking on file 2 or whenever we are accessing file 2, it will point down to file 1.
Yes, just if I'm opening the file 2, right? dir2 file 2. It is, but it will
Okay,
show the
okay.
file
It
2.
is
But yeah, it is pointing to
got
the
it.
contents
So,
of yeah.
can you explain the significance? Like soft, this is soft copy. So why we are doing this? Like we can access if you want to access file one, then obviously we can go to that directory and access file one. Why you are pointing by?
Okay. Okay,
File
why
one?
I need it is, let's say within the file system, we use the hard links. That's totally fine. Okay. One another thing is you cannot use hard link on directory because you cannot use a hard link on directory because when I create a hard link, it will go on an infinite recursion. So hard we can create it, but it is prevented for every user to create it. Only the root user can create the hard links for directories. So if you want to create a link to a directory, not the file, even within the same file system, you have to use a soft link.
Okay, okay. Means I just want to one question. Like
Okay.
it is means we can do it for file system, but we cannot apply it to that directory.
Yes, directory also you cannot apply to the another file system. Let's say pen
Means
drive.
hard link cannot be applied to directory because of recursion, as
Yeah,
you have said.
yeah,
Though that's why we are using soft link to
yes,
refer to directories.
yes. Also, actually, there is a like a hard link present in every directory. If you say, I mean, this is the dot and double dot, right? The
Yes,
dot
these
refers
are
to
the
the current.
special files. Yeah.
Yeah, but the dot is a hard link to a directory. But we cannot create it. Yeah, yeah. User with a sufficient permission, like a sudo user or root user, can create the link.
Okay.
But okay,
So
but it
that
is a
means it
default
is
created. It is by default created whenever you open a file. Whenever we open a directory, right? Create a
when we're
directory.
making a directory, then obviously it is means formed at that time. Like
Yes,
when we are commanding mkdir any directory,
yes,
directory one, then at that moment these two special files will be
yeah.
created.
You can ask me how can it be? How can be? Then it will go recursion because you have the hard link for directory, right?
Yes, means I am not understanding why
Yeah,
it goes recursion
because
or
Linux knows dot and double dot refers to a parent directory. We do not consider those when we search for anything over the directories because Linux knows. I mean, it is a very used convention. If you mention if anything is dot, it means it's a refers to the current directory. If anything is double dot, it is the parent directory. Whenever there is a search happens, it is ignored by default ignored.
okay.
Okay, so one another use case for the these links, right? Let's say you have some files present in like a level, say L1 within that, another within L2, L3, L4, L5. Then my file. This is how it goes to if I want to locate this my file, right? You have to you have a L1 directory there. I have to go to L1, have to go to L2, I have to L3, L4, then I have to go to L5. There the file was there. Okay. So I don't want to every time I have to type L1 till L5 to locate the directory. So what I can do is, so even if I want to come back, I have to use multiple parent directory to come back. Okay. So I can create a soft link or hard link because it's a file. So I can create a hard link or I can create a soft link as well. I can locate using the thing is I'm using relating reference. Okay, with respect to where I am in, I'm referring to that file. my file, soft link. So I created a soft link for the my file.
Sir, one thing I just have to ask.
Yeah.
So here, first, what you have done, you have created many directories under directories,
Yeah.
12 file.
Yeah.
So what you are doing, like, means we have to teach a highly means repetition is there, L1, L2, L4. That's why you are creating a soft link
Yeah.
to direct that file
Yes.
inside a directory.
Yes.
And you are doing by this ln space hyphen s by that directory, that file with that soft link name.
Yeah, I can use a hard link because it's I linked with a file only, right? So I can use a
Yes,
hard link or a soft
obviously
link.
this is just
Yeah.
when we are dealing with files, we can do both the thing, the
Yes.
hard link
Yeah,
as
I
well
can
as
use the hard link as well.
soft link.
Yeah.
But whenever we have to deal with the directory, means whenever we have to go to the directory, then obviously you have to do like a soft link.
Yes. Let's say if I want to link to the directory L file, okay. Okay. So now I created a soft link because it's a directory. Because it is in L5. So if I want to see immediately go to L5, simply I created a soft link, cd into L5, the file was present there. I don't want to type. I want to go through one level and level, each level by level.
Yes, this is a advantage of bad linking.
Yes.
We do not have to do the task.
Yes. I most probably, let's say when we work on a project, right, it is a directory. So that's why we generally have to use the soft link for the directories. If I use the same command with a hard link, it will throw an error.
For directory, na? Yes.
Yeah. It says fail to access no file error. Okay, I was not in the correct. Okay, it says hard link not allowed for directory.
For directory.
Okay, now one thing we have to notice here, I used the relative addressing, very important thing. Okay, let's say if I
Yes,
want to
there is two addresses, relative and
the
absolute. Yeah.
yes, let's say if I
Use
want to create a same soft, the thing is this addressing doesn't matter when it's a hard link. Okay, what irrespective of how you are defining, because it is pointing using the inode number. So in whichever address you do, if you shift the file somewhere around, it will works. But softly, it is not like that. Let's say, okay, we have this nested structure, right? I'll show everything. Okay, this is the content which I am in, all files. Within the directory one, these files are there. Within directory one, directory two is there. Within that, directory three is there. Directory four, directory five. Within the directory five, the my file is present there. Okay, so there is a two files there, my file hard link and my file soft link. Both refers to the my file. Okay, how I can do that? I can print the contents there. Okay, there is nothing inside the my file, so I go and put something inside. This is my file. Okay, I put the content inside the that file, so I got it via hard link. Okay, so same I'm doing that using the soft link. Okay, okay, let's say I created another directory named as L0. I moved the L1 directory into the L0. You see the file structure now, right? Initially started with L1. Now the entire structure was within L0. Now, can you tell me if I use the soft link, will it give me the answer? I mean, will it give the,
no, it will not give.
it says no such file or directory. Okay.
Because that's time, because we have moving up means
Okay, we'll
it is
see.
moved to
Okay,
L0.
yeah, how to find it? I mean, whenever you say we don't know, no idea, right? Give ls hyphen l. Okay, so when we do that, it will show the soft link and where it is pointing to. So it says within the current directory there is a directory named L1. Within L2 it is there, but there is no L1 present in the current directory, right? So it is, that's why it is not working. If I use the same with a hard link, it works.
Because the file is means already present in the, means in the
Yeah, it
hard
is
disk.
referred to the inode file. Yeah.
Yeah, it is opened by inode. That's why it is showing the answer. Means it is showing the file
Yes.
content. It is accessing by inode that
Yes.
hard link.
Yeah.
But soft link, actually it is doing, by the reference. So it is, that's why whenever we are labeling up, it will not working.
Yes. It is by file structure. It's referred to by a file structure, but hard link is by inode. So another important thing is
So
if you
here,
see the number here in ls, the long listing, right? 2 means number of inodes present for the file. So if you see that there is a 2, I mean this file, this inode which is linked to a file which is present in 2 locations. Okay. So where are those? So this is the inode for the hard link, right? It was 2 because the my file hard link was present here and here. So it is present in 2 locations. That's why the number was 2. It is number of hard links. So this is one way you can say how many locations the file was present there. I mean available or existing.
sir, one question.
Yeah.
Sir, here when you are typing ls hyphen l,
Yeah.
it is giving total 16. See what does 16 means here?
I mean you can say it's like a number of bytes or something. It's like a, I mean, yeah, now you haven't understood. I mean, if you go through some parts, right, you can understand. Uh, it is like how many blocks it took then the entire directory.
Means how many
Yeah, it's
I'm
a
not
file
getting.
system blocks. I mean, okay. I mean, I don't want to confuse others as well. So, if you ask this, actually, there is a discourse post which I explained how the total section works. I mean, that's also, if you refer to it, that's much easier. But
Okay.
it's just like a file size, but it's not exactly. It's a number of blocks it's taken like that.
So what will ls minus la print?
I mean, okay. The for that you have to split each value. Okay, L it is known for long listing. A is for all. How to get all those things? Whenever you say hyphen hyphen help, it will give some help text. Okay, you can see hyphen A means do not ignore entities starting with dot. It means hyphen A prints all the hidden files as well. If a file is starting with a dot, then it means it is a hidden file. There is no hidden file present here apart from the current directory and the parent directory, because both are starting with a dot. So those are
Sir,
hidden files.
can you make a hidden file and can you like do that like ls and hyphen it? Means is it possible?
The thing is, okay, I don't want to make it a hidden file into unhidden file. Okay, it is by the name. I mean, by the file name, it is hidden. If I start, okay, let's say I'm changing the dir1 right to dot dir1. If I say without simply ls, it will not show dir1.
Okay, got it.
If I say hyphen lsa, it will show the error because it's a hidden file now. Simply place it A for all, like that. It prints all the file.
Sir, one thing I just have, like if you open this directory, means whatever 24211,
Yeah.
so then there will be in means graphical interface, the .dir one will not be there, right?
There is even in the graphical interface, right? You can see that. Okay, so this is a graphical interface. There is a control
Yeah, it is
height.
showing.
Yeah,
Sorry.
there is a key called shortcut key for control height, or even in the Windows, right? You can say show hidden files. Then it will the hidden files like this one shows. If you remove those, it will not show.
Okay, got it.
It is showing like a XR because it is not working. That's why it is not showing. Because L5 also not works because it's a soft link. We moved the directory into that. So some links are like that, but we don't care about much about the graphical user interface. Okay. So mostly we'll be dealing only everything in the terminal only. But for your visualization, you can start. Okay. Anything else? I mean, let's say if something is not working for you, which I am doing, maybe like if I use TMP, it will create another file because it will not work on your computer because I programmed to do in such a way. Okay. So if something is not working if something is working in my system and not in working in your system, it means I programmed to work in some way. That's why it's not working. Other than the
So,
standard default ones.
so one thing to ask.
Yeah.
Sir, we in like ls hyphen l, it is long listing.
Yeah.
When we are doing this, there is a indication of l is there. So indication of l means like it is a symbolic link. Means it is shown in the lecture by professor.
Okay.
Uh,
Which one?
yes.
Okay. L means symbolic link. Yes.
That means it is referring to some, like
Yeah.
it
It
is
is
a
a
hard link as uplink, right?
no. It is a only soft link. Let's say hard links doesn't have the L in front
L
of it.
means only sublink.
Yes, L means only soft link. Let's say here it's a hard link, right? My file hard link is a hard link,
Yes,
but there is
yes.
no L because it's simply referring to a file. I
Okay,
mean,
okay.
L is a type of file. That's what I'm saying. Because it is soft link is a type of file which links to another file. That's why it's L is there.
Okay,
With
okay, got it,
respect to
got it.
the system, this my file hard link and the my file located underneath the L0, L1, this
But
directories, right? Almost the same.
yes,
It's almost same. It's exactly the same. Yeah.
but for directories, like L5, we have changed L5 to L1, L2, L3, L4, L5,
Yeah.
and we have done it in hard link, I guess.
Yeah.
So hard link, it is showing L.
Hard link will not show L for hard link because
Sir, here it is
almost
showing L5, L5 pointing to
because
L1,
it is
L2.
no, it is not a hard link. It is a soft link for a directory.
Okay, it is opting for directory.
Directory. I mean,
So whenever it is showing L, that means it is a soft link.
yes.
Okay, and if it is not means if it is a hard link, then there will be means there will be no L. Means
Yes.
that will be gap, right?
Yeah.
And means if this is not pointing, then it will be normal D.
Yeah, it's normal file only. I mean, only
Normal
the
file.
links will point to another file. I mean, only the soft link will point to another file in some location based on the file structure.
Yes, I got it.
Sorry, I'm not able to hear you properly.
Select from source, select master.
So when I open the window, it's showing root at the desktop.
Sorry, I'm not able to hear both of you. I mean, oh, yeah, I was sorry. I heard you. Yeah, somebody else is
I
talking.
open the Ubuntu.
Okay. Are you able to?
It's
Okay.
showing root at the desktop.
Here they are comparing one for each compare
Yeah.
committee or comparing.
Okay. Are you still not able to get into the terminal?
So when I open the Ubuntu, it's showing root at the desktop. So I don't know.
Okay. Can you share the screen?
That's one.
Okay.
Is it visible?
Okay. Yeah. You got the Windows. That's I mean currently
So
the
what
first
should I do?
the root is the primary. I mean the super user. It have every permission to it. Okay. So what you have to do is create a user for yourself.
So I need, yeah, can I write just my name as a user?
Okay. That yes you can do that, but for that you have to create like a there is a command to create the user. It is just like a user. Just a minute. It is named as user add.
So,
User add. It is called. Okay.
so and
Yes. Okay. I'll simply telling you the command. Not add. Add. Add.
okay, wait.
Okay. Don't give enter. Then give space. Okay.
That you need not know.
Yes.
Give hyphen.
What is your like? What is your
Create home. Create
There is a
hyphen
pattern.
home. CREAT hyphen
Hyphen.
home
Home.
HOME space hyphen shell SHELL space slash bin BIN slash another slash bash 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 space your username whatever it want to be. Your username. Okay,
And
give
press
enter.
enter.
Yes, give enter. Okay, so now the your user was created. How can you verify it? Is just type ls.
Yes. LS.
Yes, ls space.
LS space.
Okay, you gave the username. Okay, it's creating totally new. Okay, and no issues. Slash
Slash.
yeah slash home HOME.
Enter.
Enter, give enter.
Not state.
Okay, you are able to see your name, right? I mean,
Yeah.
if you are seeing here, it doesn't mean it is not like that. The create home will create a directory for you in the home directory. Okay, so shell is the which shell you are going to use when you are logging as the user named as a okay. So what you have to do is you don't have password now. So what you can do is just pass WD, type pass WD.
W.
Yeah.
Enter.
Not enter. A space. No, don't just control C. Control C. Control C.
These are printing I have done. Okay.
Control C.
You have done.
Just give Control C, then only it skips. If you simply
Yes, Control C.
yeah, simply Control C. That's all. Or else give Control D.
Control D.
That was for
Oh.
my team.
Okay, password. If you give simply pass WD, you are changing the password of the root. I mean, initially, if you know password, it will immediately ask for new password. So, since you are a root user, you can change the password of the user named Swati. Just type pass WD
So mine, I had less number of times, so you can.
space username. Your username is Swati. You have created, right? Give enter. Okay. Now you can create password for the user you have created. Type the password. You cannot see the password now.
Then enter.
Yes. Once you finish typing the password, give enter. Again, type the same password again.
Enter.
Okay. It says password updated successfully, right? So you can switch to the user name, sorry, by yes, you.
Sorry.
Yes, you. You have type yes, you.
S.
Yes. I mean, switch user. It is space and the username. Give
Enter.
enter. Okay. Just type CD.
C.
Give enter. So now you are a non-root user. Okay. So you have some you can create whatever inside your home directory. You can type pwd. Give enter.
Enter.
So this is the directory you are currently in. Okay. So this is how you create a new user in Linux.
So my WSL is not opening.
Sorry.
WSL is not opening.
Okay,
Yet.
this is WSL.
This WSL.
Okay, I mean, so far you are using within the WSL. WSL is not like any software or something. It is just a way of accessing the Linux from Windows. That's it. It will be your entire. Sorry.
I'm saying that it is a feature only. Means
Yeah, just a feature. That's all. I mean, the way you are using Linux within the Windows, right? That feature is called WSL. I mean, that is for Windows subsystem for Linux. Okay. Okay. So this is how you have to work on something. Yeah. Okay. So here onwards, you can continue from here. Better use the user account which is not a root privileged user. Okay. So because if you delete something, it immediately deletes because you have a lot of privileges to delete anything. So you cannot delete any files which is in the base system, like with the user that now you have created. Okay. So you can do all the things from here. You can continue from here. This is all. I mean, you need this terminal. That's all.
Shall I stop share?
Yes, yes.
And don't tell Elizabeth that you are doing the delivery so fast. Our
Okay. Anything else?
sir, one thing I just have to ask.
Okay. Yeah, tell me.
I have gone through the lecture. There is actually a secondary hierarchy for means in lecture 2 command line environment. They are saying that there is a slash user in the directory. It contains a secondary hierarchy.
Yeah.
So I don't understand like what is the secondary hierarchy.
Okay. It is like a. Okay, let's explain a terminal itself. Okay. So the primary hierarchy is the root directory. Okay. So whatever it is in the root directory, these files are the most important files. Okay. So by default, this one library and this bin directed to the secondary hierarchy, in the sense mostly software related. essential packages. Okay, essential software we need to run the entire OS, right? All the basic things. So it's almost the same. So it is linked to it. So in one another thing is, if you go to okay, if I go, okay, let's say in your system you place some package or some program present in the bin file. Okay, then you can access that directly within the, yeah, even I go to the bin file, so bin directory. If I see a lot of files are there. Okay, so one important file we seen now, right? Pass wd. Here you we are able to see, right? This is a command. It is taken. It is provided. The source was provided in the bin folder. Similarly, many commands like even ls was here. A lot of packages will be there. You see the ls, right? It is here. So these are the very important commands we have to use every day. It is many commands are based on that. So these are all provided in the bin directory. So apart from that, let's say you cannot create a file directly like a you are a normal user. Okay, so you want to use a command directly, you cannot use that. So in that case, there is another hierarchy within your home folder. Currently I'm in my home folder /home/krishna is my username. So another directory called within that local, it is tertiary hierarchy, so to say. So if you go here, you can see similar files present inside your home directory as well. It is only for you. Okay, no other user can use that. So if you want to create some, so these are many scripts which is present inside my local directory. Some of them are relevant created by me, or some of them are created by other programs as well. Okay, so
Sir,
these are
one
the,
thing,
yeah,
sir, here you have created a dot local, which is a directory
yes,
under Krishna username.
yeah,
So in directory local ls, when you are pressing ls,
yeah,
there is been these files in this directory are there.
yes,
So you are saying that these directory are the secondary hierarchy.
yeah. In a kind of, it's like a tertiary hierarchy. Okay, the I'll go with one. Okay, the first one is the root access. Okay, so whatever
Okay.
in the root, right, that is the first hierarchy, but it is pointing to the secondary hierarchy in some sense. Okay, so if you put some files there, that is the primary one. Okay,
So in
so
bin directory, there are commands, right? Means list of
yeah,
all the commands are there.
yeah,
So
okay,
whenever a user is there, so like a user is any name of any name is there user. So whenever it's showing that bin directory is pointed to that user, means user bin directory
yes,
means.
yes, yes. I mean, it's fine. If you say, if I currently I'm in it is the files in root directory. Okay, so now I went into the user directory. If I see the contents there, it's almost the same. Bin is there,
Yes,
lib is there, because this is pointed to here only. Okay, maybe some Linux have the I mean, Ubuntu used to do that. Maybe some Linux have a different system that bin is not pointing to the user second directory. I mean, whatever the contents in the user, it will have some files there. It will have some essential commands in the /bin itself, and /user bin have some other files. Okay, so these are
uh,
the
sir.
libraries will, yeah,
One thing I am asking, in bin folder, in bin directory,
yeah,
there are all the commands, like all the commands that a root user can use, right?
not root user. That is called sbin.
Oh, that is called sbin.
Sbin.
In sbin, all the commands means are listed are there when the root user can use.
Yes.
Okay, so that sbin never be pointed to that user sbin, right?
Yeah, that is also pointed to the user sbin only.
Then what will be the privilege of that root user, because both the
No,
user and root user have the same access. Like
No,
all the
it's not
commands
like that. I mean, that access is based on the whatever the files you have, right? Let's say I'm okay. This is the contents in SBIN directory. Okay. So you
Okay.
see, there is only the root user can use that one. Currently, okay, 1 minute. Uh, so if you see the permission, what is the right permission? The right permission is only for the root user. So others can execute the code. That's all. They cannot write into the directory.
Oh, okay. Means that okay, got it. Means the commands are there, but we can that user cannot change that command.
Yeah,
Means
the user cannot
cannot
change
write
the
that
command.
command. It can only execute.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, got it.
Yeah. You
So
can
one
see
thing,
it, but you cannot write it. That's the
there is a character or something is the character file. Can you explain that from? I guess
in root.
not in root actually. In a video lecture, I have seen that there is some character file is there.
Okay. Uh, okay. Can you tell me where it is? Then it's easy for me.
It is in I guess called lecture 3, but exactly I don't remember. But there is a means a character file. It is telling about the character file as a
Okay. Okay.
file.
Got it. Okay. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, it is based on the file command, right?
Yes. It is based on file command.
Okay. It is var log file mostly. So SAR used to demonstrate with that. So these are the files which have. Okay. So let's say if I want to read some of the file, right? First of all, I have to have a read permission for that. So currently, okay. I do not have read permission for many files. This one, okay. Alternative, Sarah used to have the same file system. So this alternatives file have read access for me. How I said it is for me, right? Just say it is the user, it is the group. Most probably the user, there is a group called with the same username. Okay. So the first three characters refers to the permission bits of the user. Next three for the group. Next three for the other.
Others, yeah.
Yeah, where I am coming into the here because I am a category called other here because I'm not the root user. My username was Krishna. Okay.
Okay. You are not
So
right now. You are not root, right?
yeah, I mean I can get into that, but but currently as of now I'm the root. My username is
Okay.
Krishna.
Yes, got it.
Okay, so I'm not belong to the group called root, so I cannot edit it. I'm not coming in the group category. The next category is others. Okay, so I have the read access for others. This file have read access for others. So if I open that, I can see them. So some files is there and some things are there. Okay, so if I want to find what is the type of this file, I can say file. File simply gives the you can say help. It says determine type of files. You can give multiple files as well. Okay, in as argument. Most of the commands have this option called help. Okay, hyphen help means many commands it will give some help text what to do with it, and also it gives the options you can use with it. Okay, so let's say
Sir, one thing in help option that minus p comma dash parameter means it is we have to write in like minus b or minus version we have to write.
here, right?
Yes,
Either you can use minus v or double hyphen version.
version.
In Linux there
It
is
is an
a
alternative.
it's alternative. There is a structure followed in Linux. Whenever you are using an option with a single character, right, it will be a single hyphen. If it's a more than single character, it will be double hyphen.
Okay.
It's just like a very long thing. It's a very understandable thing. If I say hyphen version, okay, it is giving me the version. So it's very understandable. For that we use double hyphen. Okay. So it is version
Sir,
is hyphen NP.
how can you know all of the things? We can know, but I am asking like from many of these options, we are not
You
knowing.
don't need to. You don't need to know much of it. Very essential things you have to know. Let's say whenever you using right, ls hyphen l, it is very important option you have to know. But if I have an option called ls hyphen f, do you want to know? No. I mean, what does it do is it simply put a hash after a directory. That's all.
A slash
But
after directory.
you don't need to know actually.
Okay.
We don't expect you to know. But the thing is, you have to know how to get those values. Most probably it is ls hyphen hyphen hell. This is very important thing you have to know. Okay, if you give ls hyphen hyphen hell, it will give all the options. You don't need to know everything. You need to know where can you get the information. Okay, so if I say hyphen f, this is where, this is here, app indicator to the entries. That's all.
Okay.
So we don't want to expect you to memorize everything or like a never like that, but you have to know very basic commands like cd, ls, and all those very basic commands that you have to know. Even in exam, something which is not easy to remember, we give you as a hint. We give you as a hint, and what does it do? Okay. Anything else?
Sir, one thing. In a lecture, slash bin means it is said that SSL command binaries. Why
Yes.
that binaries is means there? Why it is binaries?
Okay. The thing is, whenever we write some code, right? When you get into the Python code, okay, it is written as a text file, right?
Yes, dot .py, na? It is
Yeah,
not
.py file. It is written as a text file. But whenever we say binaries, right, it is a compiled. It means if there is a compilation process. After that, we cannot read that file. Let's say we try to open any of the file. Let's
okay.
say
It is like C++, right?
kind of yes. Let's say if
Whenever we are
ls,
executing C++, G++ compiler, it
yes,
has to execute all the code into a binary file.
yeah, that is one. That
Then it
files are
is.
generally called binary files. So the ls is in a binary form. Okay, it is in the compiled form, so it is not readable.
So then, means okay, means it is a file already, but it is first executed and it
Yes,
is made to that command ls.
yes. Finally, the final executable file was ls. That is called simply called the binaries. That bin is a shorter form for it. Bin for
Okay,
binary file.
binaries, bin
Yes.
for binaries.
Yeah.
Sir, one thing in media, the slash media,
Yeah.
it has said that mount points for removal devices and for MNTs slash MNT it is mount points. Means what is the difference? Why this is like
Okay. The
media?
thing is, whenever we put into like a CD draw, right? CD. Like, now we are not using CD much.
Pen drive
Previously,
or hard
whenever
drive?
yeah, whenever we use a CD drive, it will come under media. It is just a easy reference to for anyone to. It will come under media. Then we immediately go for it. Mount is a place only. It is strictly for whenever you mount anything, you can immediately mount into a MNT. There is nothing inside it. I mean, I okay. There's a media something is there, but in MNT there is nothing inside it because it is all most probably most of the time it will be empty. The thing is, whenever you want to mount anything, right? You have to first of all you have to create a directory and
What
mount
does
into the directory.
So
So,
what
but
does mount mean? Means
okay.
like
The thing is, whenever when we insert a pen drive in our Windows PC, it will come as a F drive or G drive or something, right?
yes, yes.
In Windows, it won't happen. So what we have to do is we take the file system and mount into a folder. So I mount into the folder called /mnt. Then if I go to /mnt, the pen drive files will be there, just like a F drive or G drive in computer.
Okay, okay.
In
Means
a Windows PC. Yeah.
whenever we are putting any pen drive in a means PC or
Yeah.
any kind, in Linux, what will happen? It will all the files will be visible on the MNT
Yes.
folder.
I mean, wherever you are mounting into, by default, I mean, it's a custom we use to mount in MNT. It is not restricted to pen drive. We can mount like a hard disk into MNT, another system files into MNT, or like that.
Okay, okay, got it, got it. But sir, one thing I'm asking, it is like both are the same thing, na?
Yeah,
Like
it's
whenever
almost
we are
same. The thing is, the media is reserved for CD-ROM, like that.
okay,
That's
okay,
it.
got it. Media
That's
is
all.
only for reserved for CD, and
Yeah,
MNT is
for
like for
its
different.
general case. Yeah,
Okay,
but you can
okay.
mount into any folder in anywhere itself.
Yes, I guess I got it.
Okay, anything else, others?
Sir,
Sir, I
please.
guess I guess Harsh is that he's
Yeah,
asking
sir.
about CHMOD comment.
Please give me a explain with an
How to
example.
change permission using CH mode. Okay. Okay. Is the font size better now, or should I have to increase?
It's good, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. So currently I'm in an empty directory. Okay. I'll create some file. Just called simply say naming as a file one. Okay. Now I look into the
Sir,
file
touch
permission.
creates files, right?
Yeah, touch create a file.
Yeah, and what?
I mean, by default, the purpose of touch is to change the access time. Okay. So, but if the file is not present there, it will create a file.
Sir, so what is the difference between MKDIR and touch?
Okay. MKDAR is for make directory. I mean,
Okay.
create directory. Touch is for file.
And what is the difference?
Touch is for files. MKDR is for directory. I mean, folder.
Yeah, okay, folders. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. CH mode means change modification, or you can say change permission
Change
also we
of
can.
directory.
Yeah, there is two way of doing the CH mode. One is by the permission string, like it's numbers using the octet, and another one is using the U minus X, like that. Okay, there is. I open it here. It's much better. Okay, so U is for user, G is for stands for group, O stands for other. So read, write, and execution. If I say minus, it means remove. If I say plus, you can say add or give.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have a file named file one. So it contains, if I want to add permission to the file, I want the execute permission. Okay. So for me, for me in the sense I am user, for user. So what I have to do is change modification u plus x and file name. So the file contains the execute permission.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, let's say I want to remove the write permission for the user, sorry, for the group. So what I have to do is g minus w, because I have the write permission here. So now I want to remove those. Okay, now I removed the write permission for the group. So let's say if I want to give a execute permission for the others, I mean, who is not a user.
Sir, why you use group here?
Group is, it is in Linux there is a 3 types, right? User and a group and others. Okay, so group is like a, when you, let's say when, let's say there is a, you are there, right? Okay, we allotted your system. Okay, so I put let's say I am the administrator, I put every students into a group called students. I create a group and I add you to the group, just like your Google group. Okay, so if I give permission to, I open a folder, I give permission to read access and execute access to the group called like students. So anyone from the group can access the user and use the directory, access the directory. I don't need to explicitly give for everyone, every user, right?
Yeah, okay.
But still I am the owner. I am the owner for the directory, but I am giving access to the group. Let's say I have read, write, and execute access, but the group, those who are from the group do not have that access. They have only read and execute access. For others, they don't. Let's say if I want to in the file, I want to remove all the access, remove the read access for others, right? O minus R file one, I removed it. So others, I don't want to give any access to for the others.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, it is one way. Okay, so it is clear, right? So another one is permission bits. It is how it defined is, let's say 000 means RW, let's say it's just a octal value for it. It is a respective octal value is 0, right? Okay, how you have to see the code, right? Let's say if I say ch mode 755 file 1, it means the previously I changed only for the user, only the change the permission for user or group or others. If I see the file again, I changed for everyone now. The first bit stands for 7. 7s mean, if you say octal value is 111, let's say RWX. Okay, this one, if there is a 1, it means there is a read permission. So there is a write permission also, there is a execute permission also. There is a 5. If you go here, it will have read permission. It is 0, so it don't have the write permission, but it has the execute permission. You understood, right? Any doubt here?
Yeah, yes, sir, yes.
Okay, let's say if I have ch mode 400 file 1, what would be the file permission now for the file 1 for user,
Only
group, and
user
others?
can read.
Okay, what about the group and others?
It will
Yeah,
be 0
it
0,
can't
na, so it
read.
will not read, write, and
Yes,
execute.
exactly.
All and all.
So only the read permission for user is present there. It is a very custom that then whenever there is a directory created, mostly if you want to share with anyone else, right, So we generally give the 755 as a permission string because they can look into the directory, but they cannot change your contents.
Sir, so we need to remember this 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right?
Oh, not required. I mean, you don't need to remember, right? This is how it is structured.
Yeah. So we
I mean,
need to,
once you get used to it, you by
yeah.
default you'll get
Yeah.
into your memory.
Okay. Yeah, thanks, sir.
Sir, what about the PPS? Like we have to do the PPS, right?
Yes, you have to. I mean, you have to understand it's not graded, but if you done the PPS, we'll get more idea about what we are doing.
Sir, actually in PPS, what I have seen, there is a script function is there, and we have to write the code.
Okay.
Uh,
Which one?
PPA 1, I guess.
Yes, you have to move all the txt file present in the current directory
Right.
and to the directory named level 1.
Yes,
Yes,
sir. So
yes.
how it is working? I just want to know. Means I'm curious. Like script function is there.
Okay. First of all, we see the what are the contents inside there. Okay. I used ls. I increase the font size. Okay. So if I see currently I'm in a root directory. So it is I have to move all the txt files, right? There is one txt here. That's the only txt. But if I want to move all the txt, you have to use star dot txt to level 1.
So star means all, na?
It match with anything
Okay,
or null.
star.
Anything txt will move one level up, right?
Yes, the thing is it can be anything. After that there is a dot txt is there, the file name was.
The
If I say
extension dot
simply
text.
star, yeah, I can explain it here much further. So okay, I'll create many files. Okay. Okay, I created multiple files here, but if I want to list only the file which is ending with D. Okay, so if I say star D, star will match with any files. It can be nothing else. So if I say star D, it ends with the file only. It will be listed. It works with the extension as well, like that. If I say ls star, it means it matches with everything. I mean, try that out with in your system, then it will be much easier for you as well.
So how do you create that all the files simultaneously?
You'll be learning that on the next week. There is a brace expansion, just like in Python range function, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you know the echo command, right?
Yes,
So
echo command.
if you're starting with 1 to 10, it will give 10 values. Whatever you are appending before, it will come that as well.
Oh.
Okay, it is a feature of bash. So samely, it not only with number. If you want to start
Character as well.
characters also work, uppercase character also works. Okay. So currently I simply echoed it, so it haven't created a file. So I can use, instead of echo, I can use touch. It will create those files. You see these files.
So can we make an extension like this? Means if we want to many files of same extension, we can do
Yeah,
also,
you
na?
can do that. I mean, let's say first of all I remove all the files here. remove star means star matches with everything, so it removed everything. So if you mistakenly did that, it will remove every files. So you should
So
be
you cannot
careful.
undo.
Yeah, you cannot undo. I mean, by default, it's not like that. But if you delete it in a directory, there is some option to undo it, but it's not straightforward. In Linux, works in a philosophy that you do something, you are totally aware of it. Okay, or do something and accept the consequences, like that. Okay, so if I want to create multiple text files, okay, starting from 1 to 50, and it ends with the .txt, and I'm going to create a similar thing with the PDF, text, and let's say MB4 files. Okay. Okay, if I list that, there is a files which is starting from 1 to 50. Okay, it is alphabet arranged in a string sequence, so it is from 1 till 50, but every file have different extensions. Okay, text, txt, mb4, pdf. Let's say I create a directory named mb4. Okay, so I want to move only the .mb4 files into the directory named mb4. Okay, so the directory is present here.
This MP4 is a folder, right?
Yes, it is a directory. Yes. So if I say star dot mp4 source and the destination and mp4.
So faster there will be source, then will be destination. No?
Yes, you can say, if you can use the help as well. Mv help hyphen help. You can say the usage, right? You can, if there is a covered in a square bracket, it means it is optional. Okay, so then source, destination, source and destination. The destination can be a file if you are moving a file. If you are moving a directory, also it move and rename. Or if you are putting inside a directory, it will
So
put
can
inside
we
it.
move all the file to a single file?
Not file.
Yeah.
No, you can move all the file to a single directory, not
No,
single file.
I'm asking about single file. We can move all the file to a single directory. I have seen. I mean, you
Yeah,
have shown
We
in
can move
this
all
way,
the
but
files to one folder, not to a file.
not a single. The thing is, you can combine multiple file into a single file.
yes,
That
yes,
you
I am
can do
asking
that.
that.
That you can do that, but that will be okay. That's also you can do that. It is like a cat star, but it is the contents inside the file, not the file.
Okay, means
Understand?
it in a single file, the contents of all the file
Yeah,
will be there.
yeah, that you can do that, but it's we generally never do that. It doesn't have much use case.
Okay.
Okay, so let's say I moved all to mp4, right? So you can see, right, I moved, so I'm not copied, so the file was not present here. The mp4, if I go to mp4 folder, only the mp4 files are there.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
I mean, just go through it. I mean, work around it. I mean, solve the pps. You'll get some more idea about it. The very important thing about this course is you need a lot of practice. Okay, so many students have failed in the previous terms, only in opps. Many of them still got good scores in the end time exams, all the objective questions, but they failed on the opps because they don't have enough practice. Most of them, maybe they don't have much time about it. So I agree. So practice from every day. Just get used to the terminal, because this course requires a lot of practice. You are not learning a lot. I mean, in the sense, you are not learning anything new much. Okay. If you went to PDSA, if you have taken the PDSA, you are learning a lot of new things. Here you are doing the same thing in a different way. That's all. Whatever
Sir,
you are
one
doing.
thing
Yeah.
I am to asking. So in discourse form, can we ask anything and it will be answered like that?
Yeah,
Because
you can,
if
anything relevant to the course will be answered. I mean, with respect to this course.
no,
Yeah.
specifically to Linux or something, if I want to know.
Yeah, you can
So
answer that, but I mean, as I'm not a big expert, okay. So whoever is there, maybe the fellow students can help you out. I mean, that's also fine. You can ask anything, but you cannot expect that it will be answered by anyone. So you can, anyone who know the answer for it, they'll answer. No issues.
Nowadays, most of the problem answer are there on Google. So
Yeah,
if you don't find there, so you can ask on Discord.
yeah. There is a Stack Overflow forums are there for Linux. There is called Server Fault. There is called Ask Ubuntu, mostly concerning with Ubuntu based distributions. So if you Google it, it also comes. If you want a much on a course specific also, you can ask this course.
one thing I just have to ask, it is of 8 weeks, I guess, this
Yeah,
course. So after 8 weeks, there will be remaining 4 weeks for our end term.
yeah,
So that 4 week, there will be no classes or anything will be there, right?
yeah. There won't be any contents released. This 8 weeks will not be continuous. Just like there are some difficult concept or difficult, not in difficult concept. There is totally new concept. So we give you a break week in between. Okay.
Okay.
So like just like before the exam or something, it is scheduled in a way it is more useful for you. So there will be small breaks and one break weeks in between the very new concept. So you will have more time to practice it. It is not just only for, it will not impact the deadline. Okay. So it is for practicing the weeks.
Sir, in every week, there will be two classes. On Friday, there
Yeah.
is
One
also one
on
class.
Wednesday, another on Friday.
So in both the classes, there will be like this, or
No, no. The Wednesday, I mean, the today ones are open sessions. The next ones are like a solve with us session. Most probably will be solving
actually
some
in
problems.
calendar, it is showing that today is solve with.
Okay. Okay. Maybe. Okay. In probably generally we don't have solve with us session in week one. Because most students have trouble installing the Ubuntu. So okay, it is showing today. Okay, no issues. Anyway, we don't have solve with the session on week one. Okay, am I lost or am I audible?
Yeah, you are, sir.
Okay,
Very
okay.
much.
Yeah. Okay, anything else? Okay. If there is anything else, we can wind up the session.
Yes, sir. We can wrap up.
Okay. 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 Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah. If you have
Thank you
further
so
more
much.
doubts, ask
Thank
it
you,
on
sir.
the discourse. Even if you know an answer to a discourse, please feel free to give your answer to your fellow students. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you all. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, sir.